Hello, friends. You are tuned into my channel for boards and senior managements that deals with issues inside boardrooms. The last video we stopped on a very important issue, which is director's responsibility statement. Now, what does this responsibility statement mean during the emergency times or crisis times of COVID 19? It would mean in September or before September, most of the companies would be ready to prepare report to the members of the company. And one of the documents is the board's report. And in the board's report, every company will have to state that the directors have ensured that there was adequate compliance of all applicable laws. Now, that is a big statement to make. And we will see what these laws are and what are the compliances that needs to be put in place. But before that, let me share the discussions that I had. There were a lot of calls, but two calls that I would like to bring it for you. One was a startup entrepreneur whom I have known for the last couple of years. The other is an independent director, a very senior independent director, who is on board of few listed companies. Now, what a contrast in these personalities. But the stories that they brought to me is what I need to share with you, and which is what is interesting from a compliance point of view or from a responsibility point of view of the boards. Now, first, let's take the startup entrepreneur. So, my friend, while he was discussing the first question, probably he's just viewed some of my previous videos and came out with this question whether he should go after the employees. It's typical of any entrepreneur to ask this question. But my answer was a no. So then, the next question was, what do I do? Now, friends, let's look at something which is very important. What we are going to look at is the new normal. I will spend good time on this separately, but as of now, you should know that there is something which is emerging, which is called the new normal. So I just asked him, just put a spreadsheet as if you're going to survive for the next 3 months only, 6 months, and probably 12 months. Next, put down those points or the targets which you are going to shoot down for your survival. So that was a very tough question for him to answer. So, survivalist is the next thing which is coming up, which is what do you do as startup entrepreneurs to ensure that you and your company survives? That is the moot question out here. And while the discussions were on, he also confessed that 3 months is a sure bet for his survival. 6, maybe he can manage, but God forbid this COVID 19 goes on for the next 12 months. His answer was shut down. So, for each of the stakeholders, for each of these entrepreneurs, whether it is for a startup, for a MSME, for a big public company or a listed company, for each one of them, the issue pertaining to compliance and the issue pertaining to responsibility is completely different. So, to sum up on this startup experience, I mean, the entrepreneur's experience which he shared with me, the takeaways are very simple. What you need to look at in the immediate future is survival. Point number one. Point number two is cash flows. How you are going to manage the available cash flows or the cash that you as a passionate entrepreneur is going to bring from home, from friends, borrowing from some private parties, whatever. You need to keep the show going. And how are you going to manage this cash flows in the next coming months? So, responsibility from a CEO perspective, from a board perspective of a startup are these two. Now, what can be the survival or a cash flow issue for a larger company? We will see that in the next video. Keep questioning, keep writing, stay compliant, stay safe. See you soon.